me ask you a question. How do we know these scriptures to be true?
Because it came from God himself.
How do we know that?
Because it said in the beginning was his word. He's a God that gave his words. So if you want somebody to go ahead.
Oh, hold on. No. Wait. Hold on, bro. How do we know that that's true?
Because he said he would give us his word. That's what he said. He said that.
But I'm asking you, how do we know that's true? You know what I'm saying? I know what it says, but I'm asking, how do we know that what it says is true?
I only could go off of what I read.
Say again?
I only could go off of what I read.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you know what you read?
You only could know if something is true if it was written or if it published and stuff. Or you know you could be if it's true or not. If it was not true, I can't have something to back it up. So
okay. So you can skip what it says.
Go ahead.
Okay, you can skip what it says. Just show me how you prove that it's true.
Okay. All right. I just going out of the how the world was made.
How was the world made?
Right. How the world was made. The plans. Who made the plans?
How did you test that? How did you test how the world?
Because it have to be somebody out of time and space that made this egg.
Do you know how the earth was made? Do you know what an accretion disk is?
Accretion what?
Accretion disk.
No, I don't know what accretion disk is. No.
Okay. Do you know about nuclear fusion?
No. No.
Then what do you know about how the world was made?
So you believe in the Big Bang theory you're talking about?
I didn't say anything about that. I hadn't mentioned the Big Bang theory at all. I'm asking you, what do you know about how the world was made?
I don't know anything how the world was made. I only know what I read.
Test this. That's what I'm asking. How did you test how you think the world was made? What test did you run to know it was true?
Because mankind didn't make the world.
Didn't say mankind made the world, but I asked you how you tested how the world was made.
Because I'm saying to you that I believe somebody out of.
You believe? I didn't ask you. I know what you believe. I'm asking you. I'm asking very simply again. How did you test it? I know what you believe. I get that. And I'm okay with what you believe. I'm asking, how did you test it? How do you know it's true?
How I test it?
Yes.
I can't test it. No, I didn't test it.
You really can test it.
How can you test how the world is made?
Well, what you do is you pick up some science.
Right. And that's why I say you believe in the Big Bang. I didn't say anything
about the Big Bang. This has nothing to do with the Big Bang, handsome.
So my question now is, I want to know. I'm going to tell you what I believe.
I don't believe. You don't have to tell me.
I don't believe in science. I don't believe that what science is saying. Certain things what science say, yeah, I could agree to, but not to where. How the world was made.
All I'm going to ask you is whatever you believe, how did you test it? I know what you believe. You believe God did it. Great. How did you test it? How do you know that's true?
True his words.
I'm asking you, how do you know those words are true?
Hold on. Let me go outside. I'm inside my office. Hold on.
Okay. Seems really easy. Am I to my audience, am I not asking the question correct? This seems like a simple question. The word says a thing. How do I know those things are true? Is that simple enough? Am I making sense? Eric, okay, what am I saying wrong? Okay, the book says a thing. Eric Martinez, the book says a thing. How do I know those things are true? Eric, that's what I'm asking.
I'm trying to tell you, you know it is true because of his word. God himself, you want somebody to deliver your word. You have to have somebody who you have to have somebody who deliver your words, right? So that was God did it.
Right, but I'm asking, how do we know that those words are true? I can deliver a lie.
Through Him, you have to believe in Him.
Oh, but even if I believed in Him, that didn't mean that everything He said was true. How do I know what He said was true?
Well, because you don't believe.
But I would believe it if I knew it was true.
Because you don't believe. Yeah, I'm just saying, because you don't believe.
It doesn't matter if I believe or not.
1 plus 1, you believe 1 plus 1 is 2, right?
I do not believe that. I know that. I know that. I can test that. Okay. I'm asking you, how did you test this?
I didn't test it.
Well, then you don't know this to be true. You believe it.
I know it to be true.
Then how did you test it? How do you know it if you didn't test it?
I know it through His word.
That's a claim. That's a claim.
No. That's not a claim. That is true. That is fact.
How do we know it to be true?
Through His word.
No. Bro, this is circular. I'm asking, how do we know His word to be true? And you can't say through His word. How do we know His word to be true?
Because in the beginning was His word.
Bro, that does not answer my question.
It answers your question.
This is what I'm saying. Okay. In the beginning was my word. Is that true?
Yes, it is true.
In the beginning was not my damn word.
Come on now, man.
In the beginning was my... Think about what I'm asking you, bro. In the beginning was my word. My word.
Yeah.
My word started the earth. I created the earth.
Yeah, in the beginning, right.
I did it. Me. No. Listen. Me. You believe that I made the earth.
Yes, I believe God made the earth.
No, not God. Me. Listen what I'm saying. In the beginning, I made the earth.
Okay.
Do you believe me?
Of course not, I won't believe.
Why don't you believe me? I said it. It's in my word. Why don't you believe me?
Because you are man.
Okay, so you tested it and you realized that wasn't true. Okay, you can run an observation. Okay, he's not as old as the earth. He couldn't have made the earth. Okay, guys. You can run tests to prove if my word were true. I'm asking you, what test did you run to see if that word was true?
I cannot run any tests.
So then you don't know if it's true. You believe it.
I'm telling you, I know it's true.
No. You don't know it's true. You believe it's true.
No, I know it's true.
How'd you prove it?
Through His word.
No, you can't prove it through a word. You can't prove His word through His word.
Why? What science says prove these things. Through we call it the studying and stuff like that. So I could prove it through my studying.
Okay.
Well,
what test did you run? What test did you run? Because science proves things through tests.
I can't prove anything through any tests. You can't compare God with mankind.
Yes, I can.
You cannot.
Yes, I can. I can do whatever I want to do.
How can you compare God with mankind?
Just like that. I can do whatever I want to do.
Okay, now, so you think because God gave man free will, which He did give man free will to do what they want to do, it's the same thing here on this earth. You can't. You have a free will, but it's only going to go so far, because if you succeed that now, there will be consequences and judgment. It's the same thing with God.
I don't want to hear none of that. I want to know how you prove this God idea. I can do whatever I want to do. I just did it. So there's proof that I can do what I want to do. So what I'm saying to you is...
You can't do what you want to do. You can't. You can't do what you want.
I just did it. I literally just did what I want to do.
You cannot do what you want to do. You still have to obey the laws of the land.
I can do whatever I want to do. I'm talking about being able to compare God with... I can break a law. I just go to jail for it. But I can do it. I can do whatever I want to do.
Okay, so all right. So I again I could prove a God real through the words, but you want
words. I want to know proof. Again, saying God is real. So what? Okay, you say God is real. Okay, I say God is not real. Okay, which one of us is right?
So how you could prove God is not real then? I could prove it's real.
Why are you asking me for proof that God is not real? But when I ask you for proof that God is real, you say,
I know he's real. I'm saying.
I'll prove it.
I could prove it through his word.
No, prove that. I can prove that God is not real through the words. You ready? You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
God is not real.
How?
Because he's not real.
Oh, that's your proof?
That's the proof, because that's words.
That's not proof, bro.
That's what I'm saying to you.
That's not proof, man.
That's what I'm saying to you. You can't just shoot some words and say, oh, that proves it.
Well, the word is our words that justify us. It's the same word that you said out. It is the same word that
justify me.
And his word justify him as well.
My words justify me. Right? Okay. So how do we test to see which one of us is telling the truth?
Through his words.
I'm saying, but through my words, I can make words too, bro. Anybody can say words. Anybody can say words, bro.
I see where you're getting at, man, but creation don't explain anything to us. I don't know what to say, but I know in my heart, I know that.
You know what a disk accretion is? You said you don't.
Huh?
You know anything about nuclear fusion? You said you don't.
No, I don't. I keep it in one book.
Okay, so you haven't run any tests to understand how this place came to be. You literally know nothing about how this place came to be.
I tell you how it came to be, but you don't want me to explain how.
No. I'm asking you, did you run any tests? Test.
How you could run tests.
Disk accretion disk. Just find out what it is. Find out how we test that. You can literally run tests.
And I'm going to tell you how the world was made?
Yes.
You serious, bro?
Yes.
Alright. Okay.
What did I tell you to look up? What did I just tell you to look up? Because you're not going to look it up, are you?
No, accretion disk. I going to definitely look it up. Hold on there. Let me write it down.
Okay. Accretion, ACC.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
ACC. RETION. Disk, DISK. Find out what an accretion disk is. And we can test it. You can find out how to test these accretion disks. Figure out where they come from.
All right, man. I got you, man. All right,
okay.
Man. That easy.
My man. People just think we be out here making shit up. That's crazy. Like, that's wild business to me. My bad, Richard. My bad. What's going on with it, brother? Richard, running game. Richard, are you around?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up? I'm right there.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, I'm coming. Hey, brother.
How you doing?
I'm good. Yo. Now you just reminded me too, because I wanted to affirm something I was saying to you before.
Okay.
It's little, ain't no big thing. That the word I was using the word prospective, and you was telling me that's about viewing buildings. Prospective.
You talking about perception or?
Right, meaning the term we're talking about was perspectives or perception, more by perspective. Okay. But the term prospective can also mean a mental view or a personal view of something. So I just wanted to snap that back to you because you were saying I was using the word, the wrong word.
Okay, my bad.
The other thing
prospective. Expecting to be something particular in the future, likely to happen in the future, concerned with applying to the future. prospective.
Yeah, so if you keep on going, it'll tell you it can refer to a physical viewpoint, a personal point of view, or things like that.
Yeah, but that's a perspective, right? A
No,
personal
I'm saying that I'm not disagreeing with that.
particular
But
attitude towards any way of regarding something as a point of view. That's a perspective.
I have no problem with that. But I'm saying the term prospective
That's
can
not what the
be
dictionary
viewed.
says. I'm trying to figure out what you saw. Let's look at it. Hold on. That's not what the dictionary said. And I don't want.
Yeah. If you keep going down, you'll see it can use it in a noun.
Okay. No, that's perspective. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Oh no, that's prospective.
That's it.
Right, prospective. No, that's that's perceptive. Let me get here. Let me go back to here. Prospective. All right. Well, that keeps giving me. Why the fuck does it keep doing that? Wait.
Maybe because they
Okay.
similar.
No. Prospective of a person expected or expecting to be something particular in the future. Right, likely to happen at a future date concerning with or applying to the future. It says prospective is sometimes confused with perspective. Hit that button. Get back to perspective. And down here it says a particular attitude toward or way of regarding something, a point of view.
Right.
So it even says that this word is often confused with this word, and this is what I'm telling you. You confused it with this word.
Well, I'm looking at it here, and it's telling me it can mean vice versa. It's just how it's used.
What dictionary are you reading it in?
All right, so I was going to the. Give me 1 second. I was looking on the Google, but the original was the most. Hold on, let me get that. Let me pull up that dictionary because it is a famous dictionary. So,
Okay, all right. Just let me know. Prospect. I mean, that's what perspective. Blue everybody. Prospect. I just looked it up. Y'all be coming up. I just don't be understanding where y'all be coming from, man. Like that's don't even. My gracious goodness. Why are you gone? Let me just do something real quick. Let me just do something. Just because I want to hear this again. Nah. Okay, you back. Go ahead, bro.
I heard you getting ready to get started, man. Hold on, let me see. Perspective. So this is. Okay. I don't know. It's just the dictionary.com I go to.
Let me go to dictionary.com. That'll work.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go to dictionary.com. Dictionary.com. All right. I'm at dictionary.com. I'm on the online dictionary. I want to visit the website.
Now, wait a minute. Let me see something here.
Tell you what I wanted. What?
Personal.
How come I can find it? Dictionary.
Or in the future. Hold on, man.
All right. Prospective. All right. This is from dictionary.com.
Yeah, but
I hadn't even looked at it. I just clicked that and pulled it down. Okay. This is the word we were looking for. I'm sorry. Prospective of or in the future, potential or likely expected. That's it.
right. I can't deny that right there. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Hold on.
Now, it can often be confused with perspective, right? And that does mean a point of view. And even in the last thing we read, it said this word often gets confused for this word. And I'm telling you, you were confusing those two words. That's what the dictionary said. It's okay. We can move on. Tell me what we got to talk about today.
Yeah. But wait a minute now. I'm just showing you. Let me just get. I want to move on, but let me just get you.
Okay. No, No. You can keep the apology about it, right? Because you might find some. But when we went to dictionary.com, which is his own source, it said what I said.
Yeah, did I use the term prospective before?
Yes, you kept saying prospective, and I kept saying, no, it's not prospective. You mean perspective. Okay. It's a common mistake, and the dictionary even says that it's a common mistake. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
No, but what I'm saying is I had read it, them use it as that way. So that's the only reason why I brought that back up. I wouldn't have did that.
It's okay. If you find it again, just send it to me. I don't see it there, though. I went to dictionary.com, just like you said, and then I used the normal Google dictionary, and I didn't see that there. But it did say that in the normal Google dictionary, it said, oh, this is often mistaken for this word, which is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. Here. Another word. Oh, no. Perspective means it.
Perspective. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't put that in there. It came up when I put prospective, perspective.
Right, it brought up right, because it's commonly mistaken for that word. This is what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to shut up about that one.
Okay.
All right, so, and the other one was, I was talking to you about the significance of oxygen or the lungs with breathing and with movement. Remember that? Mm-hmm. That babies in the womb, their movements are affected because of that.
I think I remember this. It's been a while, but I think I remember this.
Okay. So what more perfectly explains what I'm saying is, let me see here. In other words, hypoxia. There's such a thing as called hypoxia with babies.
Hypoxia? Okay.
Okay, that has to do with, so let me just look it up here, for example. I don't know why I can't find. Yeah, babies are sensitive to even small changes in oxygen supply. That's why if fetal oxygen supply is constricted, a baby will decrease their movement. This is the most concerning reason for a lack of movement, and it makes monitoring fetal health activity critical for the health of your baby. So that's more or less where I was coming from.
Well, okay, I don't know what that was related to, but okay, all right.
Yeah, I was just trying to say that oxygen or breathing corresponds to thinking or being conscious. Like a person can pass out. For example, we use an example where if you constrict somebody's throat, they pass out. Their heart's still beating.
But they can be unconscious.
Yeah. So there's people who do pass out.
Breathing doesn't mean that breathing and being conscious are not the same thing.
Well, what I mean is that your brain gets oxygen.
Brain does get oxygen.
If your brain don't get oxygen, you go unconscious.
You go unconscious, yes, but you can still move without consciousness.
I mean, your heart is still beating.
Your heart is still beating, so you still have movement.
But you can't move. You're not
You
unconscious.
literally have muscle twitches unconsciously.
Okay, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual
conscious movement. Yeah. You wouldn't have conscious movement, but you can still move and be unconscious.
Yeah, but you're not moving
consciously.
Voluntarily.
Yes,
voluntarily.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Can't be conscious. Yes, I agree.
We're on the same page, bro. That's my point was they were related that way. That's all. They correlate that way. That's it.
Okay. What's going on?
Okay. Oh well, what you got up there? You had a few customers up there. Customers, right?
Rock boys in the building tonight, huh? Okay. What were they saying? What's on your mind? What do you want to say? Hey, y'all, do me a favor, man. Y'all, everybody hit the like button for me 10 times. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just real quick, so we can get over 20,000 likes. Too many people in here that have less than 20,000 likes. Come on, just hit it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Boom. We out of the way. We up to 20,000 likes, and then I can go on about my business. All right. Okay, Richard, what's on your mind today?
All right. So, you talk to me. I mean, you got up there. Prove God exists.
Yeah.
The last guy was talking about the Word of God. That God is true. Therefore, the word got to be true.
Right. That doesn't even make logical sense. Like, you could be true, and what you say don't have to. You could be real, and what you say does not have to be real.
Yeah, but it's different when it comes to God, who is the originator of everything. So if you view God as the originator of everything, then you view God as that thing itself.
Yeah, but what they got to do with them telling the truth? You could be the originator of whatever you originated. That don't mean you're telling the truth about it.
No, it's more than just the originator. It's truth itself. That God is truth itself. He's love itself. How I know it? Because that's the source of discernment.
How do you know that?
Because everything has a source.
How do you know that?
Because everything that is finite is in the confines of what's infinite.
How do you know that?
But that's based on logical, rational deduction.
Give me the logical, rational deduction for that. Give me your syllogism.
I just did. I did everything
that is.
That's a statement based on what you call cosmological argument. That's based on a lot of.
Argument is trash.
I ain't talking about that. I'm saying that it's based on the view of
the cosmological
infinite.
argument is trash. So that would logically.
Well, how they use it might be trash, but the fact that what is infinite comprises everything finite is a reality.
Prove that.
Well, we here, for example, you can see a seed. A seed is not the same as another seed. No seed, no human being is exactly the same. Nothing in the universe is exactly the same as another.
What would that have to do with infinite and finite?
But that can be to infinity, is what I'm saying to you. We are finite, so that means that there has to be an infinite being within the finite.
No, that doesn't.
In order for us to reflect infinitism. That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how are you deducing that? Why does there have to be an infinite being?
Well, how do you not deduce that? I'm saying to you
how
that
you did deduce it. Like, let me see what.
Well, I just told you. So in other words, everything that is,
okay,
and can ever be,
okay,
is within the confines of what is infinite.
What is possible?
What is infinite?
How do you know what's infinite?
Because what is infinite includes everything.
That's possible.
That would be, or can be, or
so
can be possible, or whatever you want to say, put it, yes.
Okay, all right, but how do you know that there's an infinite being?
Well, you see that, as I said, reflected in nature.
Where?
You can see that reflection. And that's why I brought up the seeds. You can see all human beings. There's nothing the same in nature, quite the same as something else.
So genetic drift.
You call it a genetic drift? No, I'm saying that's actual stability and reliability of the effect that everything in nature is reflecting the infinite.
How do you
by itself being in that form?
Is a thing. Genetic drift, genetic mutations are a thing. Right?
I mean, of course, that's a thing.
That's a real thing. Okay. Why does that reflect God?
Why does it reflect God? You're using the term. I'm just choosing the term that the reflections of nothing being exactly the same as another, everything having its own individual reality, existence, but being the same, closely to the same. That means that in God, there are infinite things.
How do we know that there is a God?
That are distinguishably
Richard.
one in an infinite being. So I'm just trying to get my thought out.
Yeah, but you keep throwing in God in the middle of that. I'm asking you, how do you know that this has anything to do with a God?
Well, the term God is what we're using.
Yeah, or an infinite
so
being.
I'm just using to determine that everything that is and can ever be is within that source, out of which everything is. We call it God.
Okay. How does this source work?
Well, the source is itself the intrinsic underlying reality. So it is reality itself. It is intrinsic life. It is life itself. Out of that comes life. And then those things that reflect life, which is called the physical natural.
What makes life?
Love and wisdom which are in our nature discernment and volition. Okay, consciousness. That makes that's what we all have. So this is
Everything
what
alive
life
is conscious.
is. Huh?
Everything alive is conscious.
Well, life is consciousness.
So everything that has life has consciousness.
Well, I would say that everything that has consciousness and reflect to a level of life would have consciousness. So,
Break it down. Slow down for me, baby. Hold on.
for example, there's plant life.
Yes.
But, plants don't have brains, right?
They don't have brains.
Exactly, but they're living organisms.
They are living
Am I
organisms.
right? Okay. So although they are inanimate, they still grow.
They grow.
In reflect of sunlight, heat, water, nutrients. They suck that in, and it's utilized for them to grow and to proliferate, just like an example of an animal. That's a higher form of life.
What makes it higher?
Because it is not inanimate. It moves of itself.
That makes it higher?
Absolutely. It moves of itself.
How did you determine that makes it higher?
Well, plants are more forms of uses. Animals are forms of life. So they have to eat the plants.
Which one
they
of them
have
was
to.
here first?
Huh?
Which one of them was here first?
When it comes to what was here first, I believe that when God created everything,
even according to God, which one of them was here first?
that was all instant.
Bro, one of them was here first. Plants came before animals.
I'm telling you.
Plants came before animals.
I'm telling you that all of it, when God brought forth existence, the physical reality, it all came together.
Plants came on day 3. Animals came on.
Oh, you're talking about Genesis? No. I believe the first 11 chapters of Genesis are actually allegorical.
Even allegorically, plants came before animals.
No, that's not. I don't know what you mean. Even allegorically.
Even in the allegory, the plants came before the animals.
But in the allegory, it doesn't mean animals and plants. It's not talking about them at all. That's my point.
What is it talking about?
It is talking about the very reformation and regeneration, or the spiritual maturity of mankind as to his state of mind. Okay, so that's why
what we're plants. What is that part?
Plants. That's actually talking about the development of one's thinking, knowledge, all those things.
How'd you deduce that?
Well, it's deduced from the understanding that everything in nature has a correlation to spiritual reality.
Right, but I'm asking, how did you deduce that?
This is the theology that we study and understand, that even in, for example, in ancient times, everything had a meaning to the Indians. Everything had a spiritual signification. The further you go back, that's how that was. But man lost that knowledge. So in our theology, that was
wasn't lost. You got it. Right?
Well, it was brought back. It was brought back and revealed, and that's where we explain that to you. That's where we understand.
So how was that revelation tested?
How is it tested?
Yes.
Well, as far as being tested, we see mankind as a microcosm. So the idea here, I'm telling you, I'm getting to you, baby. I'm getting to you. In other words, everything, there's 3 kingdoms. Like you have the mineral kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the plant kingdom, and the animal kingdom.
Fungus and bacteria did separate kingdoms too. 5 kingdoms.
What was that?
All in zone, so it's fungus.
Well, I'm talking about in the general statement.
Everything. You got the mineral, you got the fungus, bacteria, you got animals, plants.
Well, the thing is, bacteria, fungus, they grow.
They do grow. They're not animals.
Yeah, so, exactly. So that's what I mean, like, when I say the plant kingdom.
Yeah, but they're not plants. Bacteria are plants.
And then when I say animal kingdom.
Right.
Okay, so that includes all 3. Everything.
No, bacteria and fungus are plants, and they're not animals.
Well, the point is that they're grouped in general in these three settings.
This is what I'm telling you. That they're not. Bacteria are not animals, and they're not plants. They're bacteria. They're the complete.
Yeah, I mean, they're organisms. They're part of life. Yeah, they're organisms. They're part of life.
They're part of life, but they're in a separate kingdom, though. They're not plants, and they're not animals.
So when I say mineral kingdom, in other words, all the uses of life come out of the mineral kingdom. The plant kingdom is a kingdom where it's all our food, our clothing, the shelter, many other things that we use come out of that setting. That they're just inanimate, but they're not conscious. Then you have, and so it represents all those things like that. Then you have the animal kingdom, which is a higher form of life.
Yeah, but bacteria wouldn't fall into either one of those.
Well, bacteria is a living, right?
They are alive, yes.
Okay. They grow?
They do grow.
Oh, okay. They have conscience?
I don't know. I never talked to one. I don't think so.
Oh, see, that's my point. So that would come into some identification among the plant kingdom.
No, it wouldn't be a plant. Bacteria are not plants. They're bacteria.
I didn't say they're plants. I'm saying that
in the plant kingdom. Monophyletic.
But they're part of the living. It's a living cell.
It's a living cell. Yes.
Don't y'all think that there was a single cell out of which everybody came?
I don't know what y'all think, but I'm saying that bacteria are not plants.
What I'm trying to say is that
and they shouldn't be classified as such.
They are living.
They are alive.
Cells. They don't think. They don't have conscience, but they still grow.
Yes, but
so what I'm saying to you,
But they are not plants, and they should not be classified as plants. They are not plants. They don't belong in the plant kingdom.
I'm not necessarily classifying them as plants. My point is there are three main kingdoms. If you look it up, you'll see it's the mineral, the plant, and the animal. Those are three main kingdoms. Actually, that's how they identified it from the beginning.
Taxonomic ranks in the kingdoms. Let's see. Yeah, you're still skipping bacteria.
I'm not skipping nothing. I'm saying
animal, vegetable. It's three, right? There are three kingdoms in life: bacteria, animals, plants. Yeah. Or the proper name for them is protists, but that's the bacteria kingdom.
Well, actually, they got seven kingdoms. I mean, it's up to seven kingdoms now. Right, I'm just talking. I was talking
kingdoms of life. The three kingdoms in life: protists, plants, animals. Bacteria are protists. They don't belong in the plant kingdom. They're not there. They don't belong there.
Well, you're looking at something not even related to the plants.
Right, bacteria are not related to plants. This is what I'm saying.
Well, I wasn't saying so much that they were related, but that there were three main earthly kingdoms out of which everything else is.
Okay. I won't even argue that no more. Although I'm reading this right.
I mean, you can take that right there. I'm
going to accept that, but I don't think that that's.
I mean, I'm just saying that the three main kingdoms. I'm just using that as out of everything else that exists comes up.
Okay, but there are three.
That's reasonable.
In life alone, there are three kingdoms, but it's okay. All right, well, go ahead.
There are three kingdoms in life. You say?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so is that something different than what I'm talking about?
You just said that there were three kingdoms in general, including non-life. There are three kingdoms in just life alone, and that's a basic. I can get up to 6 of them.
Right. I was saying you can get up to 7. They got about 7 out there that they classify, including what you're talking about, like different funguses or different things like that. So I'm saying in general, as far as out of which everything comes into existence, or that is
These four
involve those.
Because bacteria are not plants, and there's no reason. Like we can get into the protists and break the protists down into kingdoms. That's fair. I get that. We can get blah blah blah. But I'm saying there's no way you can classify a bacteria as a plant.
No. You say you can break it down, and I get that. That's all I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm not. I'm saying those three aspects out of everything that comes forth. Is that fair?
No, at least four. But it's okay. Let's just take it at three. That's fine. There's three. And what are these three things doing?
Well, my point here is that out of these three are different levels, main levels of life. So they represent three different levels of life: the animal king, the mineral, the plant, and the animal.
Okay. All right.
So
let's start there. Okay.
That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
Those are the three main general principles of life that you and I deal with. We do it the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, and the animal kingdom.
Okay.
Now the other in between stuff, I get that. I'm just talking about the three main principles right there, and that these three are all used by mankind who has rationality, and through rationality has an attachment with God, and that God who is
How are you making that attachment? This is what I'm asking you. I mean, you're saying that it has an attachment to the person who just said, "I'm just doing this just for shits and giggles, bro." Just so you know, my name is Sebastian Cole. Right? I'm on famousbirthdays.com. You can just go see that I'm Sebastian Cole. I'm a singer. I just want to show you something. That's my net worth answer. I got $1,000, baby. It's okay. You can just Google me. Okay, you can just Google me. We don't have to have this as an argument. Okay, I got the money, baby. It's okay. Just come win it. We can. There you go. All right. I hate doing that to people. I really hate doing that. A quick Google search would have just helped you out. Okay. And back to you, Richard. How did you make that?
What happened is that, 1 second. Okay, you said what now?
Okay, no, I was just talking to somebody in the audience who thought I didn't have the money to pay the $1,000 I got on my own.
Got you.
But go ahead. So how did you make this connection with this rationality with God?
In other words, everything that is physical and natural is a reflection of things internal and spiritual.
This is the claim. I'm asking, how do we know that to be true?
Well, I know it to be true from the fact that the explanation is that this is something that was revealed.
Okay, so you just got this in your head.
Not my head. This is from theological studies.
Okay.
Actually, the actual resource I gave you about what I studied.
Well, I'm saying, but those would just be. How do they know this to be true? Is what I'm asking. How do they know this to be true?
This was experienced. In other words, there's a spiritual world and there's a natural world.
Right. So this is someone's experience. This is what you're
right.
saying. Okay. All right. So but we don't. This isn't tested. This is just what someone experienced.
Well, there's something experienced, but it's just showing you three different levels there that correlate with.
Right, but that correlation is just from someone's experience. We don't know that to be true. This is just someone experienced this and said, "Oh, this is true." We don't know that to be true. That's just somebody said that.
It's revealed.
It was revealed to them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we don't.
Right.
We haven't studied it to know it to be true.
We don't know it to be true.
Like, for example, what's the spiritual correlation of this?
What am I looking at?
The a Gatorade bottle, what's the spiritual correlation of the bottle?
Understanding, because it holds liquid. So liquid actually refreshes your thoughts. You need water in order to be cleansed, to be washed. You actually truths cleanse you what is false. Right? So dirt and everything is a symbol of what is false. And when you wash, like you know how they wash feet, they wash the dirt off your feet. It signifies to be cleansed. And that's how the Bible uses it. That's how ancient people used everything
So
in
a
creation.
plastic bottle.
Well, you're talking about the container.
Yes.
The container of the liquid corresponds to the same thing that the
I don't have to
that it
put liquid in
holds.
this. I can put anything in this. The plastic bottle. What is the spiritual correlation of this? Not the liquid in it. This.
You're not listening. Listen
I am
what I'm saying. I'm saying to you that the container of liquid.
I can put anything in this. It doesn't have to be a container of liquid.
What was it meant for?
Anything I put in it.
No, you're not. Listen to me. The creator or the designer of the Gatorade designed the bottle to hold liquid.
Bro, this bottle is designed for me to do whatever I want to with it. It could be designed for me to hold up. I got a.
Well, now it's designed, but when you bought it, it had liquid in it. That's all I'm saying to you.
What I'm saying, this thing, not the.
Listen,
design.
I'm saying that's what it was originally meant for.
No. Hear what I'm saying. Not what anybody meant it to be. The spiritual correlation of this thing, not what they intended for it to be. Its intrinsic spiritual value.
A container.
From the minerals.
Container.
Okay, what is the spiritual representation of this?
All right, so that's a container, right?
Yes.
So it represents the very physical reality that within that are spiritual and the container of spiritual and celestial realities. Just like your physical body. Your physical body, your mind is seated in your brain. Your thoughts reflect your speech. Your speech reflects your thoughts. Your actions reflect your will. So your body is a container of these two by which you do everything. So your thoughts and your wills are present with you in your body as you act and speak. So this is the container of these two by which the body acts and speaks and moves. So this is what I'm saying. That's the spiritual.
Okay. How do you know that to be true?
But you see that to be true. If you have a container, what do you think a container does? It contains
but
things.
How do you know that has to do with the mind and the body is what I'm asking.
How do you not know? Your mind is seated in your brain.
What? But how are you relating this to this? How are you doing?
Oh, because everything in life correlates to some relationship to the same thing, but in different applications. That's how you know there's one creator.
Okay. Last time, how do you know that to be true?
Know what I just said to be
Yes,
true?
how do you know that everything in life correlates to something of the same thing? How do
Because
you know?
I just gave you demonstrations of that.
No. That demonstration seemed wild as hell to me. It seems like you just made that up.
I mean, that is, how can it be made up? I'm giving you demonstrations of how things contain other things.
Like I can say, this is a box. The box represents a house that houses families because it contains several different members. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I just made that out.
That's what a house does, though. You don't get it.
I just made that up I literally just made that up.
I got what you're saying, but they relate because they hold things. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That this is how all things fit together.
This is a container. Just what?
That's
how
exactly
this would be a house and this what? They're both containers.
No, the simulations are the same. The simulations you can't get away from.
No, they're not.
They're different. They're different applications.
You just made that up.
No, listen. The bottle is the housing of the liquid. It don't matter how you put it. It still relates in a.
It can contain things like this cloth. This cloth contains dye.
Exactly.
It's a container too.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Is a container. My phone is a container. Everything is a container.
And so the physical world is a container of physical substances. The spiritual is a container of spiritual substances.
How are we getting to that?
How not?
Tell me how we getting there. Don't tell me. I clearly don't see how to get there.
For example, your mind, right? When you think, when you have thoughts,
Yeah, when I think
right,
about
it affects your brain. Dendrites are created. Synapses are created
yeah.
out of nowhere. Okay? So what I'm saying to you that the brain...
Fire. Not necessarily.
Okay, hold on. Let me explain. The brain processes what the mind is doing so that it can contain the thought and process that thought in a physical reality.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying to you.
Bottle.
It's still containing. And so I'm saying, so they all relate ultimately to a deeper relationship to where things
feel like
come
you're
from.
just making that relationship.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Hear what I'm saying? If everything is a container, if everything in the physical world is a container, then then you can only make one connection, and that thing being to be a container. Okay. So, for example,
Right.
what is that spiritually representative of?
Oh, what you showing me?
Fire.
A light?
Fire. What's that?
Fire. Love.
How? It should be a container because it contains carbon. How are you getting something else?
Listen to me. It signifies love.
How is it not just a container?
Overall,
carbon.
The whole physical world is a container to what they correspond to.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I'm trying. Let me finish. Let me finish.
And this container corresponds to love.
Because love is a part of the mind.
Bro, but then why is this one about love?
Because that holds liquid. You got
this
two things in life. Yeah, but the fire is what we're talking about. The liquid is the oil.
It still contains the liquid.
Yes, but when it comes liquid, the oil signifies love that gives light.
Why does this liquid signify love that gives light?
Because there's no heat there.
So heat signifies love.
Yeah.
Richard, thank you, man. I appreciate you, bro.
What I'm saying is the oil represents love in a different way. There's oil, there's liquids of love, and there are liquids of understanding. So I'm just telling you, those are different aspects.
Of love and liquids of understanding?
Yes, because oil is of a different property than water.
What about alcohol? What's that the liquid of? Because that's what I need right now. Let me go get some. Richard, you done drove me to drinking. I can't even.
Yeah, alcohol is different. The Bible uses wine and water differently.
Whiskey. That's what I want to know. What is whiskey? I'm not even going to. I don't even know what I'm going to drink. I need to drink.
That's why, listen. In ancient time, they used fat. They sacrificed on the altar fat. Yeah. Fat was a signification of love. Out of that fat, you got oil. Out of olives, you get oil. You're getting oil out of these products. They would not, you don't get, you know what I'm saying? They're coming out of something. And there's
what is Pound Town a spiritual representation of? Pound Town.
I don't know what that is.
I'm finna show you in just a minute.
Please don't show me. I don't need to. I'm just saying that the earth is a container of spiritual correspondence.
What does Pound Town?
Wait, let me finish. And everything in particular in the earth correlates to something spiritual. That's how the scriptures are written. Okay? So you got to be careful with scriptures because they are written to correlate to spiritual order and realities.
Richard, you know what's so wild about this? I had a man tell me that everything was made out of melanin today. And
that's what I saw.
And somehow this is even worse than that. And that's the part that's...
No, it's not worse. It's not.
How did you get worse than that guy?
You can define melanin. You know what melanin is. You don't know what the mind is made up of. It's not physical substance. I just demonstrated to you that the brain the brain is affected by thoughts processes.
What does that spiritual represent?
Stop it.
I want to know what does that spiritual represent, Richard?
Stop it, man. Come on now.
this shirt says, "Llama, I just killed a man." Llama, I just killed a man. Anyway, point being, what did that spiritually represent?
Well, music
That
corresponds to
particular music.
you're not